Have you been invited to be on a podcast? If you have, I'm going to help you become a great podcast guest. I'm Hank Vatt, host of Hank's Think Tank, and I've interviewed hundreds of people, politicians, scientists, business people, and ordinary people who have great stories. If you want to sound great on a podcast, it all begins with how you manage the microphone. And I'm going to provide you with 3 simple tips to ensure that your audio is professional, clean, and you sound like a pro. Tip number 1, find the sweet spot on the microphone. You want to be about 4 to 6 inches away from the mic, or about a fist, the width of your fist. Now, if you get too close, you're going to sound really, really distorted, and your P's and B's and those words will sound terrible. Get too far away, and you'll sound weak and distant. So you want to try to maintain that sweet spot, and that sweet spot usually is about 4 to 6 inches, or the width of your fist. Now, additionally, it does help to speak away from the mic and not directly into it, because you do get the plosives when you speak directly into it. So I recommend maybe turning your head a little bit and just trying to speak past the microphone, over the microphone, or under the microphone. Anyway, if you maintain that distance, you'll be in good shape and you'll sound really professional, crisp, and clear. Tip number 2, speak naturally and clearly. Podcast mics can pick up everything also, so make sure you don't beat on the table or hit the mic a lot. I have had people bump into it, and if you bump into it once, that's okay. Just try not to make a lot of external noises. And just remember that it's okay to have a minute of silence. So don't talk too fast, just speak really clearly. And if you need a second to gather your thoughts, well, that's okay to do. You can do that. And actually, that adds a little bit more nuance to the conversation and makes it better. Finally, guys, tip number 3 is to stay consistent. Don't move around too much or your volume will change, and that'll make you look weird. Plus, you might actually get out of the frame. So try to stay consistent, maintain the same distance from the microphone, and just try to speak with the same volume. Unless you're getting really excited, then you can just let it loose. Anyway, follow these tips and you're going to sound great in your next podcast.